Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. I didn't think this was going to go over well. I didn't think so. I just am fascinated by Aaron. I think probably it started when he did his education videos. I, of course, would scrutinize those heavily because education is on my mind a bit. After that, I try to start untangling where he's confused. And when I met him in Vegas and had 6 or 8 hours to grill him, or for him to grill me, I ironed out the wrinkles and got it down to an emotionalist. Now, I knew pointing this out was going to cause friction. I knew that. And people could say, well, why don't you just be quiet about it then? Well, I would say, what benefit does anyone derive from that? We can name the benefits of my pointing it out. I myself benefit from it. The other people who hear me benefit from it, and Aaron might even benefit from it. So let's realize right now that if he takes offense, it is his choice. He does not have to take offense. He could benefit from the things I say. That's an option. He could say, oh, well, Mr. Cropper seems to be right. I keep going back to emotions. Every single thing we talk about, every single idea I approach, always, it's about emotions. He could just accede the correctness of my statement, but instead he brings up emotion, as usual, but this time his emotional statement is that he's offended. So instead of benefiting from it, he just is offended by it. I wish that he were more selfish. If he were more selfish, he would try to benefit from what I say, instead of just being upset that I don't respect his emotions. I don't respect his emotions, and I don't think he should respect mine. Especially not if it gets in the way of truth, and that's what he is proposing. So, I'm sorry I didn't mean to pick a fight. I knew it wasn't going to go over well. I feel sympathy for Ayn Rand now, because she goes out advocating a true position that clashes with virtually everybody. Like Peikoff said when he's writing his Dim Hypothesis book, he said, if I ever publish the book, it'll get bad reviews because I attack everyone. You know? So if you're out there advocating an idea like that, good luck trying to be a nice guy. Good luck. But to point out one or two things to the people still interested in what's going on here, why Aaron is so upset and why he's so confused to begin with, I think at the root he is fascinated with slavery, freedom. That was a bit of a slip because I believe Aaron is a slave to freedom. He is enslaved to it. Freedom guides Aaron's thinking in absolutely every area of life and in absolutely every subject and topic. 6-year-olds. A free 6-year-old, much better than a 6-year-old under an adult's command. Much better. Society, a free society, much better off than being guided by whoever guides it whenever it's not free. Now, I'm in favor of political freedom. The right to do it as you please, even if you harm yourself. I'm in favor of that. That doesn't apply to children. Aaron is a slave to freedom because it's got a club over his head everywhere he goes. And he's afraid he has to pay lip service to freedom everywhere, all the time. That's taking it out of context. Freedom is actually not a value. For example, if your gasoline in your car has freedom to leave the gas tank, I assume that means it's leaking out. That's not good. Freedom has to be defined. That's another problem Aaron had. He said it's just a semantic issue. Mr. Cropper is all about semantics, and anyone who wants to win always goes to semantics. It's saying he says I want to win. That presupposes that I can lose. This sounds pretty arrogant, but I'm not coming at this saying, here's my feelings and my thoughts. What are your feelings and your thoughts? I'm coming at this and saying, look, here's a principle, here's a fact, and here's my conclusion. You know, what's wrong with that? And the thing that's wrong with that is it hurts Aaron's emotions. He doesn't like that approach. I think the reason it hurts his emotions is because he sees he's going to have the obligation to define his terms. And if he has to do that, he's going to have to change his mind. Now, as I said, saying that I want to win presupposes that I could lose. So, Aaron, this isn't a worthless debate. I wasn't really debating with you. I was pointing out a flaw in your thinking and asking you to defend it, hoping you would revise your thoughts. But you were offended and walked away. So, for those of you left in the conversation, here's another episode in Brandon offending the world. Hopefully we learned something from it, and let's look forward to the next time that I philosophically pick a fight or bully someone or something. I never even see it coming, you know? Except the times when I do it purposefully. That's fun too. Maybe I'll go beat up on Azerinock now.